Welcome back to Fluent English Cafe. I'm Anna.
And I'm Tony. Today is a big one.
We're teaching you 10 phrasal verbs that native speakers use constantly. If you've ever felt like you understand every word in a sentence, but you still have no idea what it means, that's usually because of a phrasal verb.
Once you get these, they start showing up everywhere. TV, work, coffee shops, conversations with friends.
And at the end, we have a shadowing challenge. If you want to speak better, not just understand, stay for that part.
Before we start, if you want to speak English naturally and confidently, subscribe right now. We release episodes like this every week.
All right, let's get into it.
Number 1, get around to. Anna, be honest with me. Did you finish that report I asked about?
Okay, honestly, I haven't gotten around to it yet. My inbox has been a disaster this week.
I knew it.
In my defense, there were a lot of emails.
Get around to means to finally do something you've been delaying. It carries a little bit of guilt with it.
Like you knew you should have done it sooner.
Exactly. Here's an example. Last year, I had a book sitting on my nightstand for 8 months, and I finally picked it up and texted my friend, I finally got around to reading that book you recommended. And she said, Tony, I gave you that book for your birthday.
Oh no.
8 months.
So use this at work when you're following up. Instead of saying, I will do it later, say, sorry, I'll get around to that email this afternoon. It sounds more natural and professional. Number 2, look into. This is what I call the professional's choice.
This is the one that makes you sound instantly more competent at work.
If a customer comes to you with a problem, don't say, I will search for the answer. Say, I'll look into it for you.
It changes the whole energy. Look into implies investigation. It implies effort.
I used this last week. We had some audio issues, and I emailed our editor and said, we're looking into why the sound quality dropped. And she thought it sounded so official.
So use it whenever you want to signal that you're taking something seriously. We're looking into it. 3 words, so much power.
And it works in everyday life, too. I'm looking into some new apartments. She's looking into going back to school.
Number 3, fill in. This one has 2 really useful meanings.
Anna, I missed part of our team meeting this morning. Can you fill me in on what happened?
That's meaning number 1. To fill someone in means to give them information they missed.
Think of it like filling in a gap. There's something missing in what they know, and you're filling it.
You don't say, let me inform you of the proceedings. You say, hey, fill me in. What did I miss? It's casual, it's friendly.
Imagine you come back from vacation and your coworker says, okay, you have a lot to catch up on. Let me fill you in. That feels like a friend.
Meaning number 2 is about documents. Please fill in your name and email address at the top.
Cultural note, in the US, we say fill out the form. In the UK, it's fill in the form. Both are correct.
Number 4, run into. I have a real example from yesterday. Anna, I ran into your brother at the gym.
What? He doesn't go to the gym?
I know, that's what made it so surprising.
I'm gonna text him.
Run into means to meet someone completely by accident. No plan, no arrangement, just a surprise meeting.
And what I love about this phrase is that it captures that feeling of unexpectedness.
A few months ago, I was at the supermarket and I ran into my old university professor. We hadn't spoken in 5 years, and we ended up standing in the cereal aisle talking for 45 minutes.
See, you can't say, I met my professor, because that sounds planned. I ran into him tells the whole story.
Important note, we use this for people. You run into a friend, a colleague, a neighbor.
Number 5, end up. This is one of my favorites.
Because it's the engine of every good story. It describes the final result of a situation, especially when that result was unplanned.
We wanted to go to the beach, but it rained, so we ended up watching movies at home all day. That ended up carries a little shrug, like life happened.
It almost always has this element of surprise. Things didn't go as expected, but you arrived somewhere anyway.
I use it all the time. I was only going to stay for an hour, but I ended up staying until midnight. I started studying to be a lawyer and ended up becoming an English teacher.
Wait, really?
Yes, I have a law degree and I teach English on YouTube. Life is wild.
That's a perfect example. And see how much personality that phrase gives to the story? It makes it feel real and human. Number 6, catch up. Anna, I feel like this is the heart of friendship in the English language.
Oh, it absolutely is. When you catch up with someone, it means you talk with someone you haven't seen in a while.
It's that beautiful moment of reconnecting, and it can be a verb or a noun. Let's catch up soon. We need a proper catch up.
You'll hear it constantly in social settings. Someone bumps into an old friend and says, "Oh my goodness, we need to catch up. Can we grab coffee?"
If you want one phrase that will instantly make your English sound friendlier and more fluent, catch up is it.
And for learners who feel shy reaching out to people, we should catch up is the perfect low-pressure way to suggest getting together.
Number 7, work out. Anna, how's the new recording schedule treating you? Is it working out?
You know what? It was tough at first, but we talked about it, we adjusted, and I think we've worked it out.
Perfect. Meaning number 1, to solve a problem or find a solution. We need to work out the budget. They're working out some issues.
I love that this phrase acknowledges that things aren't always easy. Where working it out is honest.
Meaning number 2, exercise. I work out every morning at 6 a.m.,
Which is true.
which is very impressive. I work out occasionally, seasonally maybe.
Seasonally, I love that.
Same 2 words, completely different meaning depending on context. That's what makes phrasal verbs so tricky.
Number 8, get over. This is all about recovery, physical and emotional.
Physical first. I finally got over that cold I had last week. You were sick, and now it's behind you.
Emotionally, it took him a long time to get over the breakup. The pain is no longer controlling you. You've moved on.
I want to say something important here. This phrase is really important for language learning too. There are going to be moments where you make a mistake, where you feel embarrassed. And our advice is, get over it. I mean that lovingly.
So lovingly. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes getting there. The faster you can get over the discomfort of imperfection, the faster you will grow.
Get over the fear. Get over the embarrassment. Get over the idea that you have to be perfect.
Number 9, give up. To stop trying, to quit.
And here's the thing. Sometimes giving up is okay. Not everything is worth continuing, but in the context of learning a language, please don't.
We say this to our students constantly. Don't give up on your English. There will be a week where nothing seems to click. Give yourself grace, but don't give up.
The people who become fluent are not always the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to give up.
Number 10, call off. This means to cancel something.
They had to call off the football match because of the storm. The concert was called off at the last minute.
Here's a tip. In casual conversation, avoid the word cancel when you can. It sounds formal. Say call off instead.
We called it off also sounds more gentle, like it was a mutual decision.
All right, let's put them all together. Listen to this conversation and see how many you can spot.
Hey Anna, I ran into Mark today. He said he finally got around to starting that podcast.
Oh, I need to catch up with him. I really hope it works out. I heard he almost gave up on the idea last month.
Yeah, he was looking into some new equipment. Anyway, dinner tonight?
I'd love to, but I'm slammed. Let's call it off for tonight and meet on Saturday instead.
Deal. We'll end up staying out way too late on Saturday anyway.
Oh, true. Fill me in on what Mark's doing with the podcast when you know more.
Will do. And hey, get over that idea that you're too busy. Saturday is happening.
Now the part you cannot skip, the shadowing challenge. I'm going to say a sentence and I want you to repeat it out loud. Match my rhythm, my pace. Ready? I'll look into it and fill you in tomorrow.
One more. Really commit to this one. Don't give up. You'll work it out.
Beautiful. Now here's your homework. Pick one phrasal verb from today and write your own sentence in the comments below.
We read every comment and we'll give you feedback.
If this episode helped you, subscribe to Fluent English Cafe for more lessons like this every week.
Thanks for listening. I'm Tony.
I'm Anna. See you next time.